you are a VR flight simmer and you especially love Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now you want to buy a Pimax Crystal Super, but you don't know which one is the right module. The micro OLED module, the 57 ppd module, the 50 ppd module, or perhaps the ultra wide module. It is so confusing. Great that you came to this video, because in this video I will exactly tell you what is my recommendation and why, and I promise you after this video you'll be able to make an educated purchasing decision. So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole video, because all of this goodness is coming up. I'm so glad that you're back on the channel. My name is Sebastian Ang, and if you're excited about high-end PCVR, well, this is the right channel. So absolutely subscribe and click on the bell button so that you don't miss anything. All right, so you have already made the decision that you want to bring your Microsoft flight simming to the next level by getting a Pimax Crystal Super. Congrats, that is a very good decision, and I'm going to talk about why in a moment. Before, well, I had another headset that was on the top of my list, but this has changed a bit. So yeah, stay tuned to find out about it. Unfortunately, Pimax makes it a bit complicated to actually choose one of those headsets, right? One of those modules, because this is modular. You can get different kind of modules, actually 4 modules for the Pimax Crystal Super. So yeah, not so simple to find out which one is the right one for you, the Microsoft Flight Sim fan who simply wants to have the best visuals to make the experience as real as possible. And that is what I'm after here in this video. So let me quickly sum up what kind of modules are there. There is one micro OLED module with micro OLED displays, obviously, and there are 3 other modules which use QLED technology, which are basically LCD panels with some local dimming functions. And they are pretty different. They are very different, honestly speaking. So for the new micro OLED module, which is coming out later this month, well, obviously micro OLED panels, which means perfect blacks, super high fill factor, as in your eyes will not see any kind of pixelation, nothing. It is simply like photorealistic. It is very nice. So this is the one to look out for, I can tell you now already. But this micro OLED panel also has some negative points. For example, it is not as bright as the LCD panels, the other ones. So these other 3 panels, there is the 57 ppd one, the 50 ppd one, and the ultra wide. And the difference between these modules is, well, the FOV from small to big, and also like the sharpness, like how sharp are they, and also the binocular overlap. We're going to go over all of them. So this video is suited for those people who enjoy flying in order to take in the atmosphere and get immersed into looking around and enjoying flying, and who want to make it as immersive as possible. This is not for the DCS world pilots who need to quickly look around in order to see the enemies, right? So this video is for people like me who simply enjoy flying, for seeing the sceneries and so on. So let me directly get to the point. My big recommendation for you is, without a doubt, the micro OLED module. And that new module is also actually the reason why now I would say for people who love Microsoft Flight Simulator, I would recommend the Pimax Crystal Super. Before, my biggest recommendation was the MegaNex, and the MegaNex is still incredible for everyone who wants like a smaller headset. Yeah, I have it here, right? The MegaNex is fantastic if you want to have a small headset. But if you are fine with wearing this here, like a bit of a bigger headset, now with the micro OLED module, wow, this is simply visually the best module or the best VR headset that you can get right now. It has the same visuals like the MegaNex, as in 4K micro OLED panels, super high resolution, 4K per eye, but it is even better Because now you have better lenses. The lenses of this micro OLED module are unbelievably good. These are the best pancake lenses that I've ever seen, period. Better than the Quest 3. And that means a lot. So the glare that normally is the biggest problem of those pancake lenses, it has been reduced a lot. I wouldn't say, oh, it's gone, but it's so good. It's very comparable with the aspheric lenses that are in the QLED modules of this headset. So you're getting the clarity, you're getting also the FOV actually, like you're getting 116 degrees horizontal, which is actually pretty nice. You're getting the perfect blacks, and you're also getting the sharpest picture that you can find. So I cannot see any pixelation anymore. It is over now. You know, this 4K micro OLED, the fill factor is just so high, you cannot see any kind of pixelation. It looks just photorealistic. And that is just incredible. So yeah, you're getting the best visuals here with the micro OLED module, and it's going to blow you away. And that is why this is my huge recommendation. And also, obviously, now you can do all these night flights. And if you see some lights down there, there's not going to be lots of glare because the lenses are so good. And then not only is the FOV nice, right? But you're also going to get like a very good binocular overlap that is very close to what we see with the Mega Nex. That has always been like my big positive thing about the Mega Nex, that the binocular overlap is so good. With the micro OLED module, you're getting this and a nice FOV. So wow, it's like a shocking good headset for people who love flight sims and who want to have like a photorealistic picture quality. It is great. So that is why that is now my big recommendation for flight simmers. And now, right now, I would even recommend this over the Mega Nex if you are okay to wear a slightly bigger headset. The only downside of the micro OLED module as compared to the QLED modules is that it's not as bright. So if you're just flying in daylight and if you love a super bright day flight, you want to see the sun and you want it to burn in your eyes, then the micro OLED module is not the right one for you. Then you should go for one of the QLED modules. So let's talk about the QLED modules, the 3 QLED modules that are out there. And let's start with the 57 PPD module. So Pimax says this is the sharpest of the QLED modules with 57 PPD. And they also say that you're going to get more FPS because, well, the FOV is smaller and they do not have to render as much as like with the other modules. And yeah, that's true. It is a good module as well. And I like it. From the 3 modules, from the 3 QLED modules, it is truly the sharpest. But the difference actually is very little. It is not like a huge difference, the clarity between the 57 PPD module and the 50 PPD module. But the FOV is smaller, like probably around 102 degrees horizontal, so smaller than the Quest 3. And well, in my opinion, if you're getting this kind of big headset, then I would hope for more FOV. Yeah, at least as much as with the micro OLED module, which is 116 horizontal, so more than the Quest 3. Anyways, it is not a bad module. Yeah, so probably people got me wrong in the past when I said, okay, I cannot recommend the 57 PPD module, and I still cannot do it. But I don't want to say it's a bad module. It's also good. It is really nice. So if you need to have the QLED modules, and if you're fine with having a smaller FOV, and if you want to fight for each FPS that you could get, yes, the 57 PPD module is not bad, actually. So, is the 57 PPD module the sharpest module from all of them? Because if you look at the PPD values, it says 57 PPD, right? So 57 pixel per degree. And for the micro OLED module, actually, Pimax says it has 53 PPD, so smaller. If you just compare those two numbers, you could think like, hey, the 57 PPD module is sharper than the micro OLED module? No, it is not. It is absolutely not. The micro OLED module is the sharpest of all of them, despite that number. And the reason is simply the technology, the micro OLED technology. The fill factor is just so high. Like the pixels per inch is so high that you cannot see any kind of pixel anymore. It is absolutely impossible. But for the 57 PPD module, if you really look very hard, you can still see some imperfections. And that is also because all of the QLED modules, all of the 3 QLED modules, they are still plagued by Mura. Yes. If you don't know what Mura is, it is an imperfection of the panel where not all panels shine with the same intensity. It looks a bit like looking through a dirty windshield. Yeah, it sounds terrible. And it can be terrible, like in the PlayStation VR 2, but in the QLED modules, it is also there, but it's not a deal breaker. But if you look into the sky, into the blue sky, that's why everything is blue in the background today, by the way, then you can see that Mura for the QLED modules, but you cannot see that in the micro OLED module. So it's a big difference. And I'm telling you, the micro OLED module is sharper than the 57 PPD module. So that's why I cannot really recommend that 57 PPD module, because simply it has those imperfections as compared to the micro OLED module, and the FOV is smaller. So yeah, only if you really need that bright visual, then go for the 57 PPD module. Then let's talk about the 50 PPD module, the all-rounder. And yeah, if you follow my channel, you know I'm a big fan of the 50 PPD module. It is a great module which has a very good FOV, right? It has like nearly 130 degrees horizontal. So yeah, you can see it's bigger. It's bigger than the micro OLED module. It is very nice, and it's much bigger, the FOV, than the 57 PPD module. So there you can really see, wow, okay, I'm more in it. If you love FOV, this is going to be good. And it is still super clear. Yeah, so you lose like a little tiny bit of clarity as compared to the 57 PPD module, but you're gaining a lot of FOV. So yeah, it is a great all-rounder that I can also wholeheartedly recommend. So if you want to have like a headset that is very bright and that has a nice FOV and still a good binocular overlap, that's also something that's important. Not as good as the micro OLED module or the 57 PPD module, but still very good, then go for the 50 PPD module. Like for me, binocular overlap is very important. And for the 50 PPD module, it is still acceptable. So that means a lot. Yeah, so a great all-rounder. You will enjoy like looking around. It's super clear, it's super bright, and it is a great experience. But in dark scenes, the micro OLED module wins so clearly, and also the micro OLED module is just so much sharper. So yeah, if you love bright sunshiny days, then I would say go for the 50 PPD module and you'll be very happy. So also still one of my favorite modules. And then there's the ultra wide module where you get like 140 degrees FOV horizontally. And yeah, that's great for people who love FOV. And for the clarity, it's still exactly as good as the 50 PPD module. They use the same lenses, the only difference is that there is less binocular overlap. So they're sacrificing binocular overlap for giving you more FOV. And yeah, it is great for racing sims, in my opinion. It's the best headset for racing sims. But if you simply want to be in that moment and really enjoy the immersion of being in that plane, I would recommend other modules like the micro OLED module, right? Or the 50 PPD will give you a bit more overlap, which makes things a bit more realistic and 3D-like. So I would not go for the ultra-wide module if you are someone like me who simply loves to fly in order to get the best immersion. If you have already ordered it, don't worry, it's not so bad. That's a good thing. They haven't like overdone it. in terms of binocular overlap. I can still enjoy it, even for hours. So it is still fine. It is not one of those experiences where I would say like, oh, I cannot use it. But if I had to choose, I would go for the micro OLED module or the 50 ppd module. And that really sums it up. I can wholeheartedly recommend to you the micro OLED module. It is the best module of all the modules in my opinion, and you'll go crazy about the clarity. It is the best that I've seen in VR yet, and probably you've seen my Through the Lens videos of the Dream Air, which is using the same optical stack. Wow, these are simply the best Through the Lens videos that I've ever taken because the lens is so good, and then those 4K micro OLED panels from Sony. Wow, mind blown. You're going to love to fly Microsoft Flight Simulator with this module. Yeah, and then if you need a super bright visuals, then probably go for the 50 ppd module. It is great. Or if you don't mind a small FOV, then go for the 57 ppd module. Absolutely, that's up to you. Or, and that is something that I also want to say for people who love DCS and who need action and who need to look around and be aware of their surroundings, yes, there I would recommend the ultra-wide module. For that thing, it is perfect. And that's also why I recommend the ultra-wide module for people who love sim racing, because they need to be aware of what's going on, right? They need to look into those mirrors. And yeah, the ultra-wide module is simply the best, and it will give you an advantage. And the same thing for people who need that for flying, right? If you're in this DCS world and yeah, you need to be aware of what's going on around you, then go for the ultra-wide module. I really hope that this video could help you make this more informed purchasing decision. And that's exactly what this channel is about, helping you to make the right decisions. And if you appreciate what I'm doing, then of course I would be very happy if you would go through the MRTV links. And those links will even give you some benefits. So if you order any of those headsets through my links, you're going to get, first of all, $25 discount. And you're going to get free shipping. And if I was you, I would order this as soon as possible to get in line. I'm telling you, once people see the micro OLED module, they will want it. So in my opinion, this is going to be the biggest hit that Pimax has ever had. And all the flight simmers will want that. So better put yourself in line to get it as early as possible. For sure, there will be shortages, and getting it today is going to make a big difference because, yeah, probably you're going to get it weeks earlier than if you would wait longer. So my big recommendation, again, the micro OLED module. And that's everything that I have for this video. I really hope that it was helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful. And do let me know in the comment section, which module are you going to get? Or are you not going to get the Crystal Super? Are you probably going to get the new Mega Nex or the Big Screen Beyond 2? Or are you sticking with your Quest 3? Do let me know everything in the comment section. And also, if you have more questions, you can come to the MRTV Discord server. I'm there every day to answer your questions, and so is the community. The link is down in the description of this video. That's everything I have for now. I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. Until then, bye-bye.